What's going on today, YouTube? I'm Rob and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing a warrior deck profile. This deck is pretty old and it's very casual, but it's a really fun deck to play, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, consider hitting the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, how's it going? Happy Monday. Let's get on with this warrior deck profile. So I have one copy of Freed the Matchless General. Negate the effect of a magic card that specifically designates this card as a target and destroy it. As long as this card remains face up on the field, you can add one level 4 or lower warrior type monster from your deck to your hand per turn, instead of drawing one card during your draw phase. Your deck is then shuffled. I have one copy of Zombira the Dark. This card cannot attack a player directly. Each time this card destroys a monster by battle, decrease the attack of this card by 300 points. I have a copy of Mataza the Zapper. This monster card can attack twice during the same battle phase. As long as this card remains face up on the field, control of this card cannot switch. One copy of Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. If this card attacks a face-up defense position monster, destroy the monster with this card's effect without applying damage calculation. One copy of Blindly Loyal Goblin. As long as this card remains face-up on the field, control of this card cannot switch. One copy of Getsu Fuma. If a monster that battles with this monster is a fiend or zombie type monster, destroy that monster at the end of the damage step. One copy of Elemental Hero Sparkman. Another copy of Mataza the Zapper. One copy of Elemental Hero Burstinatrix. One copy of Ryukoki. If a monster that battles with this monster is a warrior or spellcaster type monster, destroy that monster at the end of the damage step. One copy of Familiar Knight. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, each player can special summon one level 4 monster from their hand. One copy of Great Shogun Xian. If you control two or more Six Samurai monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent can activate only one spell or trap card each turn. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy a Six Samurai monster that you control instead. One copy of White Ninja. Flip, destroy one defense position monster on the field. One copy of Six Samurai Zanji. While you control another Six Samurai monster with a different name, destroy any monster this card attacks at the end of the damage step. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another Six Samurai monster you control instead. And to round off the monsters, I have one copy of Princess of Tsurugi. Flip effect. Inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each spell and trap card on your opponent's side of the field. And that's it for the monsters. Now to move on to the traps. One copy of Sakuretsu Armor. You can only activate this card when your opponent declares an attack. Destroy the attacking monster. 1 copy of Rivalry of Warlords. Each player must send monsters from his or her side of the field to the graveyard so that there's only one type of monster that they control on each player's side. As long as this card remains face-up on the field, each player can only summon or control one type of face-up monster at a time. 1 copy of A Hero Emerges. When your opponent declares an attack, he/she randomly selects 1 card from your hand. If it is a monster, you can special summon it. If it is not a monster, send it to the graveyard. 1 copy of Blasting the Ruins. You can only activate this card if there are 30 or more cards in your graveyard. Inflict 3,000 points of damage to your opponent's life points. 1 copy of YuGiOh. Select 2 set spell or trap cards on the field and activate this card. As long as this card remains face up on the field, the selected spell or trap cards cannot be activated. 1 copy of Magic Cylinder. Negate the attack of one of your opponent's monsters and inflict damage equal to the attacking monster's attack points to your opponent's life points. 1 copy of Return of the Sixth Samurai. Special summon 1 Sixth Samurai monster from your graveyard, destroyed at the end of this turn. And to round off the traps, we have 1 Call of the Haunted. Select 1 monster from your graveyard and special summon it in face-up attack position. When this card is removed from the field, destroy the monster. When the monster is destroyed, remove this card. Now to start off for the spells, we have 1 copy of Fusion Sword, Mirasami Blade. You can only equip this to a warrior type monster. Increase the attack of the equipped monster by 800 points. This card cannot be destroyed by effects that destroy spell cards. I have 2 copies of H Heated Heart. Select 1 face-up monster on your side of the field. To activate this card, increase the attack of that monster by 500 points. During battle between the attacking monster and a defense position monster whose defense is lower than the attack of the card, inflict the damage as piercing battle damage, and these effects last until the end of this turn. I have 1 copy of The Warrior Returning Alive. Select 1 warrior type monster from your graveyard and add it to your hand. 1 copy of Emergency Call. Add 1 monster from your deck to your hand that includes Elemental Hero in its name. 1 copy of Mystical Space Typhoon. Destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. 1 Pot of Greed. Draw 2 cards. 1 Heart of Clearwater. If the equipped monster's attack is 1300 or higher, this card is automatically destroyed. The monster equipped with this card is not destroyed in battle or by effect of a card that specifically designate a target. Battle damage is calculated normally. 1 copy of Reinforcements of the Army. Add 1 level 4 or lower warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. Then shuffle the deck. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, which allows you to bring a monster back from either player's graveyard. 1 O Oversoul. Select 1 normal monster in your graveyard that includes Elemental Hero in its name and special summon it to your side of the field. 1 Fisher. Destroys 1 opponent's face-up monster with the lowest attack. one copy of Mausoleum of the Emperor. Both players can normal summon or set monsters whose tributes without tributes by paying life points equal to the amount of tributes times 1,000. Another copy of Reinforcements of the Army to add one level 4 or lower monster, warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. 2 copies of Righteous Justice, destroys spell or trap cards equal to the number of face-up cards on your side of the field that include elemental heroes in its names. 1 copy of the A Forces, increase the attack of all warrior monsters on your side of the field by 200 points for each face-up warrior type and spellcaster type monster on your side of the field. And finally, we have 1 copy of Yellow Luster Shield. Increase the defense of all monsters on your side of the field by 300 points. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And yes, I know there's a lot of hero cards in this deck. For example, like the H Heated Heart, the Emergency Call, O Oversoul, and Righteous Justice. And there aren't a lot of hero cards in here, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, this deck is very old and I haven't really looked at it that much. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, consider hitting the like button and consider subscribing. Until the next one, that's game!